Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, August 9th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, big news last night, Google released something they call the Manual Spam Action Viewer, or a Manual Action Viewer. Basically, you can log into your Google Webmaster Tools account, go under the section called Search Traffic, click on Manual Actions, and you'll be able to see if your site or the sites in your Google Webmaster Tools account have any specific manual actions against it. Manual actions are when Googlers, specifically humans, look at your site and say, oh, you're doing something wrong. The list of manual actions could be anything up to 11 different types, I think 10 or 11 different types of manual actions you could have. But this tool will let you quickly see if you have a penalty, not an algorithmic penalty, but a manual penalty against your site. So it wouldn't tell you if you have a Panda or Penguin or any of those algorithm penalties. It would show you only manual penalties. So I definitely recommend you go through that, take a look at it, and see if any of the websites in your Google Webmaster Tools account have any penalties. That being said, Google has compiled a concise list of all the different, I assume it's all, of the manual actions a site could actually receive from a Googler who's manually reviewing your site. They include cloaking or sneaky redirects, hack sites, hidden text or keyword stuffing, pure spam, spammy free hosts, thin content with little or no added value, unnatural links from your site, unnatural links to your site, unnatural links to your site that are actually impacting your website, and user-generated spam. I compiled this list. You can quickly access it today. As one of the stories, there are videos. There are about, I think, 9 videos. I think 7 of them are brand new, but 9 videos describing 9 of the 11 things we posted here, and you should definitely take a look at that. Every SEO webmaster out there should definitely take a look at these penalties or these manual actions so they can get a better understanding of what they mean and how they actually impact your website. That being said, this week we posted our monthly Google Webmaster Report. Lots to discuss in that report, such as Google pushing out in the past month a softer Panda update, Google updating their link schemes, calling out press releases, some other optimized anchor text. Google also saying warning on a new penalty for manipulative browser actions. And then we have all the other things that we've talked about in the past month. If you want to get that recap, I posted on August 5th at seroundtable.com. Another new feature Google released this week was Google In-Depth Articles. Google's in-depth articles basically show you stories from certain publishers that have very detailed content around it. So this is like the opposite of what Panda's going after, thin content and stuff like that. It actually shows you very, very content-heavy articles. Google said about 10% of the queries are seeking more than just quick answers, but they're looking to really dive in and do some deeper research on broader topics. And because of that, Google released this feature. If you search for things like censorship and stuff like that, it should come up and show you in-depth articles from certain publishers. Now, Google told us if we want to rank for those in-depth articles, they gave us a whole how-to on that, specifically saying these are the things in their Panda story that they think would go ahead and relate to that. They want high-quality in-depth articles, and you can use schema, authorship, realm dev, prev, and also organizational logo and some other things to actually improve your content so it has a better chance of actually showing up in the in-depth articles schema. The person who wrote this post is Google's person who actually created Panda. It was named after him. Next up is some videos from Matt Cutts. Google said, well, this is not a video. This is interesting. So back 2 months ago, we quoted a Googler, I can't pronounce his name, I think he's from India, who basically said that if you have a manual link penalty, the only thing you need to look at as a webmaster are the links found within the sample links report in Google Webmaster Tools. As long as you go through those links, you will be fine. Now, it seems like that's not true. Mary basically posted, somebody who I trust in the Webmaster Forums posted a thing saying, hey, Google cited a specific link as an example of why I have a manual penalty or why my client has a manual penalty, but when I look at the links in the Webmaster Tools down the links report, that link doesn't show up at all. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So which way is it? I actually emailed Google asking them for clarification on that. Why did they say that all you need is to look at the links to the Webmaster Tools when in fact you probably need to look at other links outside of Webmaster Tools? And the question is then, how do we get all the links? Can we trust Majestic SEO or Ahrefs or SEO Moz or Open Site Explorer or any of the other tools? Majestic SEO didn't have that link. I don't know. Now some videos. So Google's Matt Cutts said in a video, don't worry about the bad links, just disavow them. So he's like, as long as you make an effort to remove the links by asking the publishers or the webmasters who are linking to you to remove them, and they don't remove them, you can then use the disavow tool. As long as you make that effort and you use the disavow tool, I wouldn't worry about it, he said. Next up, Google's Matt Cutts said, we fight spam around the world. So specifically, Google's Matt Cutts said, yes, Google.com English results do get more attention from from Google engineers because obviously they speak the language, but they have spam fighters all around the world. They fight spam in over 40 different languages, and it's not just English. But with algorithms, they try to localize those algorithms globally when they introduced them. With Panda, they did not initially, and then they rolled it out eventually to other languages as well afterwards. But with Penguin, when they did launch it, it actually was a global launch. So Google definitely says they fight spam all over the world. This is interesting. So Google and Apple don't get along together, but Apple's iOS mobile Safari, for past couple of years at least, I believe, has not referred data at all. Basically, well, some cases they have, but in most cases they haven't. So basically, if somebody went on their mobile iPad or their iPhone using mobile Safari, went to Google, searched for something, then clicked over to your site, you wouldn't think they would be coming from Google. You would think they would be coming directly to your website. It would report in analytics tools as a direct refer and not as a search refer from Google. That being said, testing out iOS 7, it seems like Google, in most cases, not all cases, but I'm sorry, Apple in most cases, not all cases, but it seems like more and more cases that they're actually reporting more organic traffic from iOS 7 devices than they were from iOS 5 and iOS 6. It's hard to know for sure, but that not provided count is actually increasing right all the time. In fact, this past month, the past 30 days, Search Engine Roundtable, my site, has over 70% of the Google organic traffic is not provided keyword data. 70%. I don't know what 70% of the people who are searching to get to my site are actually searching for. Obviously, I get it from Webmaster Tools at some level, but not in analytics. Moz team, David, who Moz acquired, has released their local SEO ranking factor study. You definitely want to take a look at that. I posted about it on August 8th, or you can get it on moz.com. Google Maps has revised, and I spelled that wrong in the blog post, so I have to remember to fix that, has revised the ads on the Google Maps app. So now you'll see, if you do a search for, let's say, barbershop or whatever it might be, you'll see an ad at the bottom of the results. And if you click on that ad, or if you swipe it up, it would actually show you more information. By clicking or swiping, it actually results in a cost per click charge, so keep that in mind. And there's lots of other actions that you can do with that ad that are free as well as paid. So keep that in mind. I have more information about how that works on August 9th, which is today, at seroundtable.com. AdSense has released not just their Android version, which they released I think 2 weeks ago. They now have an iOS version of an app. So now if you want to get your ad earnings on a mobile device, you can do it on Android or on iOS devices. Google AdSense is now going to detail privacy policy violations going forward. So now they have a new policy violation section, similar to, I guess, how the manual actions work in Google Webmaster Tools, but within the AdSense console, that show you detailed reasons of why you violated their policies and why you are no longer, or why you're suspended in Google AdSense. So that's nice to see. Google AdWords has added some more conversion reporting. They added 5 new metrics to their AdWords report. So you should definitely take a look at that as well. Google AdWords has a bug of some sorts. It seems to not, basically when people have been upgraded to their enhanced campaigns, some people are reporting that their ads have completely shut off. Google has confirmed this bug. I don't know how many people this is affecting. I don't think it's a huge number of people, but it seems to be affecting people. Google thought it had to do with video ads, but I think it's beyond video ads, and we haven't had any more details. Google said they fixed it. I don't think they have yet, so we'll hopefully learn more about that in the future. Just a quick update, Facebook, they launched Graph Search in the US. Now it's available to anybody in the US. If they, anybody who logs into Facebook should now see this new Graph Search. Yahoo has updated their logo, or they're updating their logo in the next 30 days or so. They're actually going to be testing new logos on the website. And the 30th day, on September 4th or September 5th at midnight, September 4th at 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight that night Eastern time, Yahoo will be changing their logo forever. They are going to keep the exclamation point, the color purple, and the yodel thing, but they're going to be changing, I guess, the way the font and the style of the logo looks. And finally, you see Google Glass. We released our first Glass app called JewGlass. It's actually an app that helps Jewish people like myself observe their religion. It's actually pushing data to you. It's a way of, I believe Google Glass is going to be helping people search without necessarily searching, location aware and stuff like that. It's similar to how Google Now works, but obviously developers are going to build a lot more for that as well. Anyway, if you want to learn more about that, definitely take a look at that. And this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SERoundtable.com. My name again is Barry Schwartz. Today is August 9th, Friday. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.